One person has been picked up by the police for possessing a firearm in the ongoing Arise Ghana demonstration. Today marks day 2 of the protest by the pressure group in demand for better economic conditions. Chaotic scenes and injuries marred the first day of the 2-day exercise, which began on Tuesday, June 28 at the Obra Sport. The Ghana Police Service has since served notice to arrest and prosecute leaders of the demonstration whose actions, according to them, led to the unfortunate incident. We will take you soon to the Elwak Stadium where the arrest was effected and bring you the latest as the protesters continue to muster for today's demonstration. In the meantime, though, let's hear from the national organizer of the NDC, Joshua Akamba, who insists that as leaders, they will resist any arrest from the police.
You see the plan. Supposed to be here for a minute. We've not seen any, of your leaders here who are supposed to direct.
He's a leader. I'm a leader. A couple of leaders are here. This young man you see around are leaders.
Okay.
In our party, the owners of the party, or the owners of Ghana, these are them. Me and you, we cannot afford to buy fuel. We cannot afford to take care of our families. We cannot buy kenke. And so who is a leader here? Nobody is a leader. So we are all leaders.
So from here, where is the demonstration headed?
I'm sure a lot of funny things will happen. Yeah, you see, what I'm saying is that one thing we seek to do was to go to the presidency. That was an agreement between us and the police. So if the police decide otherwise, and I said that I keep getting, the IGP himself was not there, but his commissioners were all seated in the meeting. I was there. And then one of the questions that were asked me was that, so what is happening? Are you going to do it? We said, we are doing a demonstration. We'll pick it at the presidency till the next day. And I said, that will be too much. And then we went and came back and said, okay, we'll do it. We'll start from 3 o'clock till 10 o'clock. What happened? Then the day before the demonstration, you go to court. They acted in bad faith.
So Parliament House Ministries, that's the idea.
We want to see. We are doing some consultation.
Okay.
And after that, I'm sure you'll be there throughout with us today. And I want to plead with you. Most of you have your video footage. Please, we will need your footage to help us, even if we have to pay for it. We will need the footage because we will make cases against the police. We will. While they are making cases against us, we will also make cases. We'll press charges against them. And they can be sure to that.
And the same police who you are accusing of bad faith?
Exactly. So that's why we are pressing charges. If you are accused of somebody who's in bad faith, what do? There are avenues that we can take them to. Don't you know that? So we will do that. Yes. So tell them that, listen, we are not afraid of their intimidation. Nkrumah came out of jail and became president. They can do their last. But believe me, you will rescue this country. And it is to their own benefit. Thank you.
That's Joshua Akamba. He's the organizer for the Opposition National Democratic Congress. Just speaking to us here. And his points.
So that was the national organizer of the NDC, Joshua Akamba, there. Now, today is day 2 of the protest. What really happened in day 1? Let's bring you a recap of that by my colleague, Maxwell Agbagba.
Let's all unite to uphold them and make her great and strong. We are all involved.
Voices of defiance against what they describe as oppression and tyranny some hours before a press conference at the Ghana International Press Center. Please disperse the protesters with water cannons and tear gas. I was in the middle of a live report. I had to run to safety with the crew. 2 people collapsed in front of me.
Oh, sorry, okay, so another tear gas. Let's go. Let's go. Run. Go.
rushed to a nearby house where we got some water to wash our face. These passers-by at Circle were also affected.
You can see all of these people, they were not part of the protesters. Many of them had to run here to pour water on your faces. Tell me, where exactly were you before they fired the tear gas?
I had a problem with my Ghana card, and I had to go to DRA to work on it. So me, as a matter of fact, I'm not part of the protesters, but you see what I'm going through. I just don't know. I came with a friend and I can't see him. I had a friend with me and I don't know where he's about. See, this is very bad.
So just like him, we had to run here to seek cover and to pour water on our faces because it was getting terrible at a point. So you can see, what's your name?
Kelvin, I'm Kelvin.
Kelvin.
I was just at the traffic lights coming. I was going to take a Madina car and I was going to take my phone. So I was just heading. I saw people running. Then all of a sudden, my eyes was just started burning. This is my first time experiencing this. And I'm so scared.
Were you part of the protesters?
No, please.
This is a marketplace. And the activity that is going on there, it's not everybody that is in it. So for them to have thrown tear gas into public, in the marketplace like this, so burning, some serious burning sensation in the nose, in the eyes, and all over the face. I don't think it's the best. And people with asthma problem, with different, there was a lady fainted. We had to resuscitate her. A lady fainted here. I mean, she could have just died. And I'm not even sure that lady was part of, this demonstration. In fact, to have thrown tear gas in public like this, it's just not the best.
Police, in a statement, said it had to use water cannons and tear gas to disperse the protesters after they pelted them with stones and bent ties in the middle of the road. The police service said 12 of its men were injured in the process. At a press conference later in the evening, National Communications Officer of the NDC and a member of Arise Ghana, Sami Jimfi, said the police crowd control measures deployed were orchestrated.
See, the whole thing was choreographed. Immediately they started pushing them, and the guys were going back. They started firing tear gas. And then immediately we saw people throwing stones. And these people were not Arise Ghana demonstrators. These were agents provocateurs planted in our midst by the police. That is what they did. And that is why even before that incident happened, if you listen to my speech, when I first addressed the demonstrators, I said that we have information that there are policemen in Arise Ghana t-shirt among us, and they've been sent to cause trouble. I said it before it happened. And we arrest people throwing stones at you. We give them to you to arrest and detain. And you protect them and shield them from arrest. I mean, where in the world have you seen something like this happen? When they're to protest against high cost of fuel, is that a crime? No. When they're to protest against the obnoxious e-levy, which to us amounts to thievery, which is leading to job losses, collapsing the Momo industry, and imposing untold hardships on Ghanaians. When they're to protest against the infamous Ejaboni deal, in which this government is seeking to appropriate the mineral royalties of this country for themselves in perpetuity. We went there to protest against corruption.
Another member of the group, Bernard Mona, says the group is unwavering in its demand for better management of the country and will go ahead with day 2 of the protest.
Recent and current colonialist of our time is President Akufo-Addo. He chooses the date 28th to unleash brutality on the people of Ghana. What else can we do as innocent citizens? We should stop because Akufo-Addo has brutalized us? No. Elwak Sports Stadium at 9 o'clock. We move to the Russian embassy, come out of the Christ the King traffic light, take the Liberation Road, come and terminate at the Parliament House, in front of the Parliament House.
And that's the agreement you went?
That is what we have agreed. We initially had said that tomorrow we'll go to the Ministry of Finance, which is the capital city of corruption. And that is the fact that we are seeking economic liberation. We should go to the Ministry of Finance. The police say they will not allow that. As for meeting our people representative in the frontage of Parliament, we will go.
Now, security analyst Dr. Adam Bona is blaming leaders of the Arise Ghana demonstration for the chaos and injuries recorded during yesterday's protest. According to Dr. Bonner, the incident would have been avoided if the organizers heeded the advice of the police and organized the members accordingly. He spoke on the AM show.
Once they had gone for a stay of execution, that would not automatically set aside what the court had ruled for them to have done. And so in one breath, I had heard some lawyers who were probably part of the demonstrators actually saying that once they had gone for a stay of execution, that meant that they could, go to stick to their original, what do you call it, route or riot. And I thought someone would have to let them know that once they do that, there was going to be confusion. And so what we saw yesterday was just anarchy, chaotic, and the throwing of stones, burning of tires. It moved from a position of crowd control to a position of riot control. And the moment you get to riot control, you can read literature, review other videos from all over the world. The moment it goes into the realm of riot control instead of crowd control, then these things we saw yesterday are bound to happen. But fortunately, we didn't have any serious injuries. We didn't have any fatalities, which I thought is good. But mine is that, Ben, the reason why the people went out there yesterday to demonstrate, I would have wished that is what we would have been discussing since yesterday to today. This discussion is not concentrating on the hardship we are faced with. It's not talking about the fuel. It's not talking about the high cost of living in the country. And so we are
Which
sitting
are the
on
fair points, the very background, the very basis for the demonstration.
And the reason why I am slotting that in is because we are sitting on a time bomb. We are sitting on a gunpowder that is just waiting for someone to light it. Because then the idea of the demonstration is to highlight the challenges all of us, everybody in this country. You go to the petrol pump, you go to the market, cost of living is gone up, skyrocketed. This discussion we are having is not talking about what can we do, what can the executive, the president, who Ghanaians voted for, who is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, who, can do some magic to probably bring hope to the country. What can he do? Once that discussion is not going on, believe you me, I don't want to be a prophet of doom, but what I foresee is that we are going to have series of demonstrations, series of picketing, because this would have been a fine opportunity to get the leaders to listen. But unfortunately, it's been a discussion between the demonstration, we are discussing the demonstrators and the police. Meanwhile, these two groups have nothing to do with how this country is run. This discussion is not going to reduce the fuel, would not bring down prices, and it can only probably widen the gap. So mine is that, Ben, whilst we are talking about what happened and what went wrong yesterday, I would advise the leaders of the demonstrators to stick to the original plan of highlighting the challenges we are all faced with, whether you belong to A, you belong to P, you don't belong anywhere. We are all in this together. So they should probably listen to the police, and so that by the end of today, Ben, we will be discussing why they went on the demonstration. At the moment, since yesterday, I have been so tired talking to the media, talking to the police, talking to the demonstrators. I'm so tired, but we haven't really spoken about why they went on the street.
Right.
And so anyone who had an injury yesterday, anyone who was injured, whether it be the person, a police officer or a demonstrator, I'll tell you that probably might have gotten injury for nothing. So let's discuss, once we are discussing what happened yesterday, let's also discuss the challenges we are faced with in the country, or else things would get out of hand we might not be able to control.
So that's Dr. Adam Bonner there. Let's still stay with the demonstration. As you already know, today is day 2. And my colleague Manuel Cranting is still at the Elwak Sports Stadium, where the protesters will be starting their demonstration today. Manuel, what's happening at where you are?
So, Grace, what's currently happening here at the Demo camp is that the demonstrators are just about stepping off and currently addressing the crowd of demonstrators. Following the National Communications Officer for the opposition NDC. In just the past couple of hours that we've been here, at least one person has been picked up by police officers under the suspicion that he was carrying a firearm. Indeed, he was pushed away from the scene to the nearest police station. We also saw an attempt by the police officers to shoot another firearm from the NDC's national organizer, Joshua Akamba, right here on the ground. That was fiercely resisted, and that was pushed back. Now they are attempting to just move away from here. We just, speak to one of the leaders of the demonstration, Mr. Bernard Mona, who, of course, has been leading the demonstration since yesterday, and also.
So that was my colleague Manuel there. We've lost him on the line, but we'll try and bring him, to give us up to speed on what's happening. But you heard him say that one person has been arrested on suspicion that he was carrying a firearm on him at the demonstration grounds, and he's been taken to the nearest police station for interrogation. We'll get to know exactly what he was doing and the details of that particular development as the minutes go by. But be reminded that, as Manuel told us, the demonstrators are just about to begin day 2 of their demonstration from the Elwak Sports Stadium, and we'll be there to bring you up to speed with what has been going on there. Manuel is on the ground to give us what is happening there. We are told there's heavy presence of police on the ground to ensure that the demonstration goes on as planned. Now, moving on to other stories in the meantime. Member of Parliament for Ejura, Sechi Dumase Alhaji Ba Brahima Mohammed has taken on the police for stopping the commemoration of brutalities meted out to some of his constituents by state security agencies. The family of the victims had planned a traditional Islamic prayer, but the police has since secured injunction against the event. Speaking to JoyNews, parliamentary correspondent the MP said the action by the police does not help build on the peace in the constituency. Member of Parliament for Ejura, Sechi Dumase Alhaji Ba Brahima Mohammed has taken on the police for that particular action. There he's been speaking to our parliamentary correspondent as Kwabena Asante there.
Going to hold 1 year prayers of Adua for the deceased. That will be tomorrow, Thursday. And they were even seeking for some support from me. So later on, they sent me an injunction that had been served on them as party. It means that they were not even called to the court. The police are going to take an injunction for whatever reason. I sitting here, I don't know. But I believe that to somebody to lose their relatives, young ones, as this, and they want to commemorate the annual event, and they are being prevented, I believe it's not in the best direction. I don't know under which condition or who prompted the police to go for this injunction, but injuncting the people from their constitutional right of performing the funeral of the young guys who died, in such a bizarre circumstances, and then the state injecting them, I believe it's not. It's not fair. It's not. In the best interest of peace and security.
Alhaji Ba Brahima Mohammed also lamented the non-payment of compensation to some victims. Although the families of those who lost their lives have been compensated, there are still some, particularly those who were injured, still haven't been compensated.
1 year on since the disturbances in Ejura relative to the lynching and passing on of Kaka, then one will say that to me, the victims, those who lost their lives after the burial of Kaka during the disturbances, have not gotten justice. I'm saying this because apart from those who lost their lives, we had those who were injured. As I speak with you now, there's a young guy called Muhammad Awal, about 19 to 20 years, who got his limb amputated. And up to now, nothing, not even the farthing, has been advanced to him in the form of compensation as recommended by the Justice Council Committee. And then also there was another guy who also had sustained a gunshot injury in the stomach, who was operated upon. As a result of the injury, he's not able to work as he's supposed to do. He has also been compensated. As a member of the Defense and Interior Committee, when we met security chiefs, I asked the Minister for Interior why, as at now, they have not been compensated. And he was saying they were waiting for an assessment from the medical team before they will be able to assess the quantum of compensation that will be advanced to them. But I feel that for 1 year, if you cannot, I mean, if this injury, when it happened, they were taken to Komanochi. It was doctors who worked on them. And up to now, they cannot assess the degree of injury to know the compensation that we are advanced to them. I feel like this certainly cannot be true, because at least 1 year on, when the medical officers who worked on these injured persons are there, this certainly cannot be true.
All right, so let's take you back to Elwak Sports Stadium, where my colleague Manuel Krante is speaking to one of the leaders of the Arise Ghana demonstrators, Bernard Mona.
The police protection. Some ones of us that are ignorant of the fact that when the police is there, you don't need to carry guns, came with their guns. The police have taken the guns. What else?
Well, they say they are looking for you. You are one of the leaders of the demonstration. They are looking for you to arrest you.
I'm here. Am I? You have bit of the crowd. I walked to the police. If they were looking for me, I raised my hand and I said, I'm hearing report from the media that you are looking for me to arrest. I surrender.
What did they tell you?
They laughed and said they are not looking for me. One of them even jokingly said they should give me his office key. I should go and wait for him. So if you think they are looking for me and that they cannot find me, walk here. They are there. Tell them that you have seen the Bernard Mona that they are looking for. Will they come and arrest me? And that he said he's ready to surrender. Thank you so much.
I can't.
So that was my colleague Manuel Krante speaking to Bernard Mona there. Now, let's switch to other stories. And the Ashaman District Court has ordered the Attorney General's office to provide a national security report on alleged treasonable activities of Fix the Country convener Oliver Barker-Vorbawo. This is part of a list of evidence forming the basis for the AG's request that he should be allowed to prosecute the youth activist at the High Court. The said report was, however, not part of document made available to the court leading to this order. The case has therefore been adjourned to August 1. The youth activist is facing the charge of treason felony over allegations of a plot to overthrow government. He was arrested in February this year following a series of Facebook posts containing the word coup. As state prosecutors say, their monitoring of his activities show a plot to incite members of his group to stage the overthrow of government. The youth activist has dismissed the allegations, insisting the charges form part of government's effort to silence critical voices. On August 1, the AG will be expected to make all relevant evidence available to the court. You're still watching JoyNews today here on the JoyNews channel. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more news here. Stay with us. The Ghana National Association of Teachers says it should not be blamed for any action it takes over the failure of government to pay members their cost of living allowance by the end of June. The teacher union says the high cost of living is making life extremely unbearable for its members, and if government sits unconcerned about their demands for the payment of the 20% COLA, it should be prepared to face the consequences. The Central Regional Branch of the association has been addressing a news conference in Cape Coast.
Of NATS and by extension, the Ghana Trade Union Congress, which dominated the media landscape as at October 2021, was the rising cost of living in Ghana and its effects on the already poor conditions of service for teachers. The persistent rise in the prices of goods and services, that is the inflation, as against the phased incomes of the Ghanaian worker, as well as the negative impact it had on the living conditions of the teacher in particular. Of late, prices of goods and services, including the fuel, are increased weekly to the disadvantage of the teacher. Our checks at Kotokraba and Abra markets in Cape Coast have revealed that the prices of the basic goods and services we patronize are revised persistently and astronomically beyond the levels that one can imagine. Ladies and gentlemen, a ball of kenke, which was sold at 1 cedi at the beginning of the current year, is now 3 Ghana cedis. A cup of rice, which was 8 cedis, is currently selling at 20 Ghana cedis. A cup of beans was 5 cedis in 2021. The same quantity now selling at 11 cedis. Cooking oil, 4.5 liter, was sold at 50 Ghana cedis, and now it is 150 Ghana cedis. It is for these reasons that we, the leadership of Central Region, NATS, demand it appropriate to back the cause for COLA for teachers in Ghana immediately, as demanded by our national leadership. While standing by the demand for the 20% COLA to question our members, we are also by this statement reminding our leadership our resolve to advise ourselves if the June 2022 deadline, the proposed payment of the COLA is not heeded by.
Now, your election headquarters, JoyNews, has been celebrated in Kenya as it takes a lead role in assisting Kenyan media with expertise on election results reporting ahead of their general elections on August 9th. JoyNews has in the last few days been in Kenya working with their Independent Elections and Boundaries Commission through the Electoral Law and Governance Institute for Africa to assist Kenya media build capacity for accurate election results collation and transmission. JoyNews' editor Evan Simmons will be joining JoyNews in our later bulletins with details and in-depth analysis from Kenya. So that's it. So we'll go back to Manuel, who is at the Elwak Sports Stadium, where the day 2 of the Arise Ghana demonstration is expected to begin any moment from now. We'll be taking you live to the grounds to find out from Manuel what's happening at this moment as we speak. So Manuel, what is happening at where you are? What has been the update from the last time we were with you?
So the demonstrators just moved from the Elwak Sports Stadium. Finance Ministry. We were told that they're going to get the frontage of the land committee and do the wrapping over here, and then also get out at the Christ the King traffic light, just right adjacent the Jubilee House. They will move from the Jubilee House and head towards the finance ministry where they present their application.
Leaders of the speak to them.
Apologies for the bad reception there. We're striving to get to a very clean feed from the ground so you can follow as the demonstration progresses here on the JoyNews channel. For now, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with business and we'll bring you latest on that particular demonstration in this bulletin later on. But for now, we'll break for business.
Let's do business now. I am Beverly Broom. Shareholders of Enterprise Group have approved an amount of 74 pesos per share for the 2021 financial year. The amount, which is an increase of about 20% from last year's dividend, forms part of the group's dividend payment policy. The board of directors told the members at the company's annual general meeting that the company rewarded a significant growth in revenue, hence the need for the reward through the dividend.
Enterprise Group finished the year 2021 with the acquisition of Acacia Health Insurance. The group recorded a growth in revenue of more than 37% to 1.16 billion cedis. The key drivers were growth in insurance premiums and pension fees. Both the life and general insurance business maintained their position as number one in the insurance sector. Board Chairman Trevor Trevgan said the company's shares also performed well on the Ghana Stock Exchange during the year under review, and therefore shareholders must be rewarded.
Investors can be fully aware of the strength of our businesses and better appreciate the value of Enterprise Group. Your board is aware that shareholders are important stakeholders in Enterprise Group, and we need to recognize that through significant and progressive dividends. The board is pleased to recommend a first and final dividend of 0.0744 cedis per share for 2021, an increase of 20% over the 2020 dividend per share paid.
Justifying the decision to pay dividends, Group Chief Executive Kelly Gajipo said the company is committed to the policy of paying dividend annually.
At Enterprise Group, we do have a dividend policy, and we try very hard to maintain that policy. And so the increase you see is a modest increase, 20% on last year, and it falls within our dividend policy. We like to think that shareholders, apart from appreciating the increase in the value of the shares, would also like a bit of income, especially at a difficult time as that. So we talked about it extensively at the board level, and we're fortunate enough the board gave us support to pay out some dividends for 2021.
Enterprise Group's total assets grew by 23.9% to 1.74 billion cedis in 2021.
FanMilk Ghana said it would continue to contribute to the working capital of its distributors across the country. According to Managing Director for FanMilk West Africa, Yozil Burton, the company will digitize its activities and work closely with distributors to ensure expansion in their businesses. He spoke to Joy Business at the Achedia promo event.
In the Achedia Kesi Promo Annual Conference, key distributors and business partners received the rewards for their contributions to the company's success. Yo Zoberton, Managing Director, stated that the organization will continue to make efforts to protect its partners. He stressed that this is done in order to guarantee both social and economic progress.
The FanMilk Agents and Key Distributor Conference is, for us, something that is extremely important. I've said over and over, for a company to be performing, you need to reward performance. Rewarding merit is something that has been dear to us, and you could see that in the way we conduct our business and also in the way we've structured our trading terms. So this annual conference is the biggest reward and recognition programs that we have for our trade partners. I'm speaking about reward, but I'm also speaking about recognitions. It's our way of making sure that we alleviate the pain that one has to go through to maintain and grow the working capital. As I said also a couple of months ago from Kumasi, when we were running our promotion to reward quarterly the performers. We will make sure that every time we are organizing an event for our trade partners, we invest into working capital.
Single point of contact for sales, Emmanuel Eduse Nimo stated that this was done to include ETH partners and provide them the skills they required to help the business.
It's here today to recognize and then build the capacity and capabilities of our distributors. We all know that since 2019, when COVID hit the country, we've not been able to engage our partners. And we see this as a big opportunity to get closer to them, to understand the challenges they are going through, especially in this time where we have inflation and we have other economic impactors disturbing them in their business. We feel that it is the right time for us to engage them so that we can equip them with the skills they need to really survive and then protect and grow their businesses.
The promo was launched to motivate trade partners to sell more whilst investing in their business.
That's all for business now, but we have more business coming up on the marketplace at 1 p.m. You can also visit myjoyonline.com/business for more stories.
We do sports now on JoyNews today with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullahi, and Black Stars head coach Otto Addo has been speaking about combining his roles as coach of the senior national team as well as his assistant coaching role with Borussia Dortmund. According to him, it is a stressful job, but these are jobs that he's committed to ensuring their success in every facet of the responsibilities assigned to him.
I mean, nothing is easy, but it's copable because I don't have a responsibility of a team, so that makes it a lot easier. I just try to help and assist the coach as an assistant, and so I have, especially at the weekends, I have the freedom to watch the matches of the under 23, under 19, and under 17, and I'm not always with the first team. So my role is it's a little bit more free role. Surely I'm at the training during the week, but we have it's a window now which we can overview very easily. So we have this window now. We will have a September window for the national team. Between now and September, I will have a lot of online meetings with my coaching staff, online meeting with coaches which are in Ghana, online meetings with coaches, with the other coaches, and then with other departments, which I mostly do in the evening. And then we'll meet in September for our last matches before the World Cup, and then it's a World Cup. So it's not that much. Surely we have to prepare ourselves very well. So I'm always in touch with our coaches, with the analyzers, and they prepare me with a lot of videos. And surely I also watch our players mostly online. I got all the matches, and so I can assess our players as well. Because it's going to be a difficult decision for us also, who will come to the World Cup and who will not. And for that, I prepare always, mostly in the evening. I do a lot of work. So at the moment, it's just I have to say a little bit less time for my family, but it's possible to do both works, no problem.
Real Tamale United has described the allegations leveled against the club by the Deputy General Manager of Ashanti Gold as those that they are very disappointed about. According to Communications Director of the club, Say Mubarak, someone in the person of Albert Comer should not be leveling such allegations against clubs that have competed in the Ghana Premier League to either win the competition or survive at the end of the competition.
I'm very disappointed of the fact that a leading member of Ghana football, let me say, to have come out to make these kind of comments really speaks very bad of how the administration of the game is being run in the country. And I'm so disappointed. The reason being that this is a man who, during the course of the campaign for Keto Kraku's election to become the FA president, made so many comments about how the administration was going to bring back the love, was going to actually put a lot of things to ensure that the integrity of Ghana football, is brought back because of what transpired during the ANAC expose. I don't know where all these allegations are coming from, but for a leading sports administrator who has so much interest in bringing back, putting Ghana football to the pedal, to have made these comments at this moment, speaks volume of how things are being done in.
That's your sports for now, but we'll have more sports stories on myjoyonline.com/sports, and also at 2 p.m. where we come your way with sports today. We appreciate your company. Up next is World News.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Showbiz here on JoyNews. And our Ghanaian songstress Ifya has confirmed her much-awaited album is in the works and will soon be released. And also reggae and dancehall artist Stonebwoy, on the other hand, says that he is set for therapy tour in Europe later this week. Here is Ifya and Stonebwoy.
I mean, it's gonna drop like a bomb, and I think that would be better. It's gonna drop like a bomb. Let me know what kind of bomb. Right. It's gonna be a Hiroshima. It's gonna be a Nagasaki.
We can wait. But how many songs of that album that we're expecting to drop like a bomb? Do we know how many songs it is? Are you doing this all by yourself, or you gotten some people that are involved, like featuring somebody? Will Sarkodie be on the album?
It's gonna drop like a bomb.
I miss you.
Me too.
I'm just staying home. You know what I mean? I'm just staying home. But yeah, we have all the reason.
I did that to myself.
Seeing we have
Are you leaving?
Yeah. It be like saying now they pass. But
yeah, but I forgot you put inside.
So
Yeah.
do you know that she has an album coming out?
Yes, absolutely.
Are you on that album?
I could say yes.
Okay, great.
You're telling them.
I can say yes. I said it. I didn't say I'm on it, but I said I can say yes. Exactly.
Biggie bam, biggie bam, biggie bam bam.
My baby the finest.
So my grandmother says she doesn't understand the song.
Grandmother, it's a simple song. It's if you have a big bomb, then it's a biggie bomb. Some people everybody got a bomb, but not everybody got a biggie bomb. Okay. So I'm just telling everybody to dance. Okay. No matter the size, it's big for you.
Meanwhile, Stonebwoy is advising his female counterparts in the music industry to use their social platforms to their advantage. He made this comment on the back of calls to support women in the entertainment industry.
I know, you see, I think we have a lot of females who are talented and can show it, but there are few opportunities that exist in the entire music industry. Therefore, they have to fight amongst the male ones to get recognition. And the men are always the stronger vessels. So it's rather unfortunate that it makes them become a smaller, they become the minority. So for somebody like Miss V to hold on, get depressed, pardon my words, come back, keep killing it, that it's not easy. You know what I mean? So I can only tell all the ladies that continue to use social media as a tool to propel your music. That's the only opportunity that doesn't require too much. It only requires your data. Keep tagging people, keep pushing, and it can fly off from that side. So that's all I got to say.
That's more showbiz in our subsequent bulletins. My name is Becky. Hello to you, Grace. How are you?
I'm good, Becky. And yourself?
I'm fantastic.
You're looking good.
Thank you.
All right, then.
Thank you. I was hoping you'd say that.
That's how we wrap up the bulletin for you. But there's more news at myjoyonline.com. My name is Samuel Kojo. Brace up next, a marketplace. Enjoy your afternoon.